Happy Homebrew Friday. Had a long day. Told my new subscribers from down under, what do you guys say for long day, you know, shitty day? What do you guys say? I'm trying to class it up. Every time I watch your guys' videos, I'm like, damn, they did a good job with the English language. And we, as Americans, we butchered it. We butchered it to hell. But it's always Good Friday when a little popcorn lager right there. And starting a starter that I gotta kick down a little bit. It's getting a little warm. And that starter is for a lager that I'm making. I'm actually going to reuse the yeast from this and go a little bit bigger this time. See if you guys can see that. That is 5 jalapenos. I'm going with a jalapeno lager. So that should be fun. Probably my last of the lager series, just because it's starting to warm up out here and it would take a lot of effort with the ice bath to keep it going. So no more of that. And that's it. I had a couple people, actually a bunch of people, ask for the popcorn beer. My only problem is that I kegged it all, and I don't have a beer gun, so it's kind of hard to get it out of the keg and keep pressure. And because I love this thing so much, if I give it to someone, I want to give it to them right. I don't want to give it to them half-ass. I want it to be amazing as it is out of the keg. So I've already talked to one person about possibly meeting up to exchange some beers. If anyone else lives, I live in the Gaithersburg area, so if anybody lives nearby or on like a Saturday or Sunday wants to hit up a brew pub, exchange some home brews, talk a little bit about procedures and how you guys brew, and then bounce, let me know. Private message me, comment, whatever. I'm really just trying to meet up with some more experienced brewers, ask you guys some questions. Because everything I've learned from books, homebrewtalk.com, stuff like that. And, you know, the more I learn, the better. But I guess a real quick review of this. So I'm going to keep looking back like that just to make sure I don't get a boil over on my starter. So the popcorn beer, as you can see, the head is amazing. And this is why I don't want to just give it away and not have it proper carbed, you know, and put it in a bottle and lose carbonation. Because you know, if I want someone to enjoy it, I want them to enjoy it as good as it is. Now, a couple people have different views on lagers. In this area, I grew up on Yuengling. Well, I mean, that's not true. I grew up on Beast. But when I moved up to, sorry for all the shaking with the scratching. When I moved up to craft brew, my favorite craft brew lager is Yuengling. Also, Dogfish Head makes a really good lager, but it's hard to get a good lager. A lot of craft breweries don't do it because it's a pain in the butt to lager. Let's be real. So when I compare this to Yuengling, I definitely like it better than Yuengling. It has that DMS taste, so if you don't like DMS, you're not going to like it, but it's impossible to get rid of DMS when you're making a popcorn lager. It's just going to be there. But if I were to describe this, if you like DMS, you'll love this beer because it's basically the best DMS you could ever get. It's from quality popcorn. That stuff was expensive. I mean, they don't call it Whole Foods for nothing. It is a whole paycheck. I'm actually surprised they didn't make me fill out a loan application when I was buying it. My jaw hit the floor when she told me it was $16 for 2 pounds of popcorn. And there was a line of people behind me, so I was like, well, I'm buying it. I don't want to be the guy that says, no thanks, and walks away. So I bit the bullet on that one. But, you know, it worked out perfect. This is great. I'm hoping to share it with some people. Like I said, I've talked to some people about meeting up and trading off a bottle. Another thing, going back for why I don't want to just give it out, is not only am I afraid it's not going to keep proper carbonation, but also it's already cold. So if I put it in the mail and your post office is anything like mine, the woman that runs ours, I'm pretty sure, is from Haiti. It's always about 95 degrees when I walk in there. I mean, she just keeps that thing sweltering. So, I mean, by the time I get the beer to you, it'd almost be guaranteed skunk. So, I don't want to give anything bad to anybody. So that's the story on that. It's great. Let's see if I can get under the light. I mean, I didn't use any Irish moss, but yet clarity-wise, it's pretty freaking clear. So when I make this again, I'm going to use some Irish moss. I might also do an ale version of it, just like I might also do an ale version of the jalapeno lager. Now, I know that's 2 times in a row I've done something kind of crazy, but if you've seen my past brews, before I even knew they existed, I did a black IPA or Cascadian ale, whatever you want to call it. I did a banana brown ale. I did a pumpkin beer. I did a apple beer. I did, what else did I do? I think I did like, a sage beer. I was not a fan of that one. That was kind of gross. I did a cranberry beer for my wife that I couldn't follow instructions on because it only had 4% alcohol, and if you're going to make beer, you got to ante it up. So I added some sugar to it. Added too much. It was 10%. It was a 1 beer, and even I was kind of like, whoa. So maybe after this one, I'm going to do something basic. That's what I was thinking. So if anybody has some ideas, one grain that I've never used is Golden Promise. So I'd really like a beer with Golden Promise in it. If anyone has any recipes, I'm all grain, so it needs to be an all grain recipe, but really, anything with Golden Promise I'd like to try. So if you guys have anything, let me know. I think that's going to be about it. I'm going to get this starter going, enjoy some more beers, and take it easy. I don't know if I'm going to film this weekend for my brew day. Let me know if you guys want. I'm probably going to try something new, so I guess maybe I will, just to show you what I did and spitball off it. But that's it. So I'm going to enjoy this beer. Peace out. Happy Homebrew Friday.